that was interesting. I don't know. It said fail to play on my end. We're starting it off strong. We're just rolling with it. Yeah. How's everybody doing tonight? We got episode 111 here. It's going to
Oh.
be a good time. It's going to be
Ooh, is it
flawless.
episode 111?
Yes, it's going to be flawless. I promise.
That's an interesting angel number for you angel number people.
Okay. I'm not. I don't know what it means.
Okay.
I know it's an angel number, but I don't know what they mean.
It's more like focusing on yourself and your own personal divinity. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's an eye-opening experience. I'm pretty sure I got caught in a tornado last night. Yeah, I don't think it like hit the ground, but my neighborhood looks like a disaster with trees. It's a lot of trees, so I don't know. The hail was coming down, and I'm out in the middle of it trying to protect my car. But
why? You could have died.
I would die protecting Betty. That's how devoted I am. That's how you got to take care of them. I don't want no dents on them. I threw a mattress on or a piece of foam on it, and the wind blew it off immediately. So I'm out there trying to fix it, and it's coming down more, and it did it again. So I ran out there a third time, and it really got with it. And I'm like, Betty, you're on your own. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
But anyways,
I'm sitting here talking trash, but I have a garage, so it's just like.
All right, we're talking music, not Betty getting beat up here. Betty is a car, by the way, for anybody with it. It's what I call my car. But anyway.
Welcome to For Music Lovers Only, a podcast where each host makes a top 5 list of their songs from this week's topic. Each week is a new topic. Tune in, I dare you. Music Lovers Only.
Hey!
What is up, everybody? How are you doing tonight?
Doing all right.
Good. I got to fix something real quick. Coach didn't catch this. Assigned seating. But yeah, this is episode 111. Like I said, we're talking vacation songs. I'm back fresh from vacation, and it's been interesting. Vacation was amazing. Get into that a little bit more, but then I came back, and then it was hell weather. We were out of power for almost 36 hours, and it was fun trying to keep mom alive because she's on oxygen, and she gets kind of mean when she gets panicky.
She's dying. Yeah.
She can't breathe, you know.
Yeah. So,
I understand.
Well, to be fair and put in perspective, she was nowhere near not breathing. We had hours and hours of oxygen at all times, but it still freaked her out not to have old reliable, the machine that she's been on.
Right.
And like I said, yeah, we rode it out all day the first day, which had been Tuesday. And then this morning I took her to my sister's, and she hung out there. I went on to work, and it came on about lunch. And so I had to come home, fire the computer up, and everything seems to be working.
Yeah, it looks like it is. Looks like it's working.
Yeah, you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm pretty sure it was, like I said, I don't know. There are trees uprooted here. Healthy trees. They were green. They had leaves, healthy trees. All the dead branches are still standing. It just broke all the green trees, the living parts of it. I'm like, man, this is funky. Now, what the hell?
Yeah, my neighborhood has a lot of branches down. But all the damage was done in the first of the mini storms that we've had since God hates Kansas suddenly.
Yeah.
So I didn't have any more trees that needed to fall because the tree that needed to fall already fell.
Done fell. Yeah. Well, that big tree we got, I'm glad we got rid of that big tree that we were sitting under for Joe's birthday. That one was half dead. We got that got down the week I was out of town.
Okay.
And, so that was good because that would have probably been bad if that tree would have still been standing last night and the night before.
Eesh.
So yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like I'm in customer service, and there was somebody. Who was I talking to? Oh, there was somebody in Las Vegas because we're famous now, guys. And they were like, "Hey, you guys had all those storms," and I was like, "Yeah."
I heard we made it to Australia too. seen something that we were on like the Australian news or something. So
Really?
that's got to be like a Hall of Famer there. Australia is like Wichita, Kansas has wild weather.
And they're like, what? Where the hell is Wichita?
Yeah,
I don't know. I can't do an Australian accent.
yeah.
Bloody hell. No,
that was
that's the wrong one. Wrong
That's
one.
pretty close. It's kind of English. It's derived from English.
This is a knife.
That ain't no knife. This is a bloody knife.
Crocodile Dundee is like the greatest thing in the world. I need to watch it now. I forgot.
Yeah, both of them are pretty good. I like both of them.
Mm-hmm.
One and two. What's up, Jana? Yep, the show must go on.
Hey.
As long as there's power, we can do it. I was gonna get a little crank thing if I had to, you know, just to.
We have the power. Or use your Wi-Fi on your phone. Man, what I learned through all these storms is that my phone Wi-Fi sucks. It's no good.
No bueno.
I'm just like, what am I paying for? Like my phone that like sometimes it doesn't even call. And I feel like I'm getting kind of duped because I don't call people. I don't even know if my calling works all the time.
Yeah. I assume it's probably same for me, but I don't know. I'll look and I'll swear I had my phone on me and there's like 4 missed calls. It didn't ring. 4 missed calls. I'm like, okay, well, they're usually numbers like that would be spam. So maybe it just automatically says itself.
Man, I finally answered a spam call today. I was gonna like call them back or whatever. I was feeling mischievous, and it was like actually my doctor from last year when I almost died. And she's like, "Oh, you got to make an appointment," and I was like, "Oh, just so we can make sure you're still alive." It's like, "Oh, hey,
thanks." Why can't
How
you
are
be a spam caller? I was prepared for that.
Is your refrigerator running? Wait, what?
Oh yeah.
You need a CT scan. All right.
Jerky Boys. That was a good one. I watched that one. Started to watch it before.
Oh, what was that other one? The Crank Yankers?
Yeah. I think the Jerky Boys were one of the first comedy like CDs. Really, really successful ones anyhow. But yeah, we're going to talk vacation songs. Like I said, fresh on my mind. I went kind of obviously, I kind of found songs that highlighted what we had done a little bit. So that's how I went by it. And there's one I heard on the way home that I had never, or that I'd heard, but I forgot about. And it's kind of got some sentimental, some feelers to it.
Yeah, I got like my list. I've been doing stuff all week. I don't remember what. Oh my God. So I went to go see the Green Jelly Show on Monday and it was insane.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't even gonna go. And Kevin was like, "You want to come to the show?" And I was like, "Okay, you're cool. And I love you so much. I'll just fucking leave the house on a Monday." And I was walking down all pissy and super cute and then just still pissy. And then I got in. And as soon as you walked in the door, it was just like, this is going to be crazy. Like it's going to be insane. And then all of a sudden there were pool toys and all of a sudden there were like pool noodles and there were like people in all sorts of makeup. And I was like, what is going on? Because I didn't really know who Green Jelly was.
They're pretty insane. It's fun.
Yeah, I know now.
Yeah,
I know now.
So we got to open for him a long time ago. And he
was we sold.
It was Monday.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's exactly what I said.
Yeah, and I didn't get a personal invite from Mr. Kevin, so we'll put that out there.
I'm sure he'll get you a personal invite.
Trying.
I helped sell tickets, so that's the reason why I got one.
Oh well, I shared it, so I mean, I don't know if I sold any tickets, but all right. Coach, you live down there?
I'm alive.
No twisters, no.
No, I got just a ton of tree damage. The fence is down and trees all over my yard. And the big one came down last night in between me and my neighbors on our fence right now. I haven't got it done because it's going to take a lot of chainsaw work. But I got most of the cleanup for the most part done. Climbed a bunch of trees tonight and got a bunch of crap pulled out of them that was hanging in them and all the crap off the ground. And
yeah, good deal.
Wow, you did a lot.
Yeah, and I heard you recently took up running outside. You left the treadmill, and that's been fun.
Yeah, my first day, I told you about that, but my first day running, I went back behind me is what we call the big ditch, or the I don't remember what it is, but it's floodway.
Flood relief, yeah.
And so I went and ran one way, and then I turned around and came back the other way. And we've had a bunch of mischievous people in our area and all that, but I kind of looked back and there was a truck that was coming down the road, or coming down the, not really road, because I'm on a, like a it's called the big, like a dike or whatever, but a dam, you know, kind of
hill.
top of this hill, and they're driving down in the grass on one side of this hill, and it gets real muddy, and you see them hitting in the mud, and they kind of turn around and go back. Well, all of a sudden, dude jumps out and kind of runs up on the hill, and I'm still not thinking nothing about it. I'm kind of walking at this point because I already ran over 3 miles. I was tired. It was hot, and I was just kind of exploring. And all of a sudden, 3 shots ring out, and you know, if you've ever shot, you kind of know how to listen for direction of shots, of which way stuff's coming. And I'm right in this wooded area. So in these 3 shots, I don't hear nothing hitting woods and hitting around me, and I didn't get shot. So I'm like, okay, maybe they're just shooting. Then in very quick succession, like 16 more shots go off. And then in that succession, I hear a few of them kind of not really whiz by me, because that would really change the dynamic, but whizzing in like the forest area a fair amount away from me. But so at this point, just trying to figure out, am I getting shot at? Is this some dummies that just pulled over and are shooting? Do they think I'm back here doing something? I don't know. But, you know, your first instinct, I almost turned around and kind of went back at them, but I'm like, I don't have a gun. Really
so that
would get a gunfight. I'm in running gear. I have a bottle of water. I do have a knife and some pepper spray on me, but those are like dog and animal intended items. The knife is like, if I do, somebody does try to push me down and they get me in close quarters, I'm gonna get them. But you know, but other than that, you know, I just got a little bag on me. I'm not prepared. I'm like, you know, I know how Rambo started now, and he wasn't ready either. He didn't have this stuff. But so I tried to run around, and if these guys were just out there shooting, in my mind, they're still going to be there. About 8 to 10 minutes later, when I'm going to get around like another, what ends up being about 2 more miles, mile and a half, actually less than a mile at this point. So I get back around, they're already gone, no sign of them. So in my mind, 2 things happened. They got a new gun. They're just some dumb dudes that pulled out there, shot it off a bunch of times. And this guy was just kind of checking lookout, and they just really were shooting it in the woods, and the trees are what I was hearing, or they were just trying to scare me off. Like, get out of our, you know, I don't know. Got my truck, drove the whole neighborhood, didn't see the truck, was going to see if it was like maybe a neighbor that did think I was somebody back there, didn't want me back there. But no.
Crazy.
So
protect your guns.
And then the crazier thing to me, actually, that was crazy. But now 4 runs of my like 7 runs out there, I have this deer that I've had interaction with. One day it was laying on top of this hill, and my crazy mind works like I thought it was a freaking mountain lion because it was laying down. You know,
they look the same.
Well, from like 100 yards, and if you got shot at the day before, you're automatically assuming everything at this point is
trying to kill you.
So then I look back, because I'm almost in this area where I got shot at the first day I see this. So I look back to make sure the truck's not back there. And maybe I got this wrong the whole time. And this mountain lion was trying to hunt me, and these people were trying to shoot the freaking mountain lion. So in that time, the truck's not there. The mountain lion's gone. But then I see a deer running through the grass. And in my mind works also like this. That deer already there, and was that mountain lion stalking it, and now they're running through there, but I didn't end up seeing nothing else. And then 3 more days I seen the deer in different places, so now I know I just got a deer friend. So
deer friends are okay. Mountain lion friends, probably not.
Sorry, that was my most outdoor stories ever, but that's the
Maybe
life.
the deer was shooting at the mountain lion.
Yeah, man, I've been having some awesome running times in this heat has been crazy, but it's I don't know, man. I don't want to be one of those people that like say it's like a euphoric high. No, it fucking sucks. But man, when you fight through it, you kind of realize you do have a little, you know, hey, I got some strength. I got some little power. I can do this.
Yeah. I'm good. I don't need none.
It ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. It ain't for me. But proving that I can do it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Provide. Jeez.
I've been getting on the treadmill a little bit more just so that I don't get like too heavy
I got a crazy dream to. It's a joke, but one of my buddies ran 100 miles in the desert, and it's like a 2-day run. And I don't think I could ever do that, but like I'm gonna do 5K, 10K, half marathon, and then we'll go from there.
No,
Okay.
that sounds like hell on earth.
Yeah. And I got bad legs, bad feet, and a bad back. And if I can,
if you see me running, you better be running too, because there's something.
If I see you running, I'm gonna run at what it is to help protect you. That's why I'm getting strong, Josh.
Because he's the strong runner now.
Yeah, Rambo.
I don't want to show the camera, but I got bit by a spider on my face. That's why my face is off camera, and so I got a big old lump on the side of my face. But I've also
got out now,
dude. No, I haven't. That's the only thing I haven't got. But on my brother was in town, and we got in a freaking wrestling match, and I freaking took him for the first time in like 43 years. And then I ran like faster times than I've ran. Like so, like I didn't go from lifting like 40 pounds to lifting a car, but I went from lifting 40 pounds to lifting 45 pounds. And I'll take it. I don't want to keep getting bit by spiders to get these gains, but or like maybe in the arm or like on the leg or something. Not
my money maker
face. I do fancy myself fairly attractive. I know whether I am or not. I don't know, but I feel like and I don't need lumps on my face.
Oh dang, yeah, it's been crazy, hasn't it? Everybody's been kind of crazy.
That was all over the place.
Yeah. All right, I think we're about ready to get into it. We're gonna try a new spinner tonight.
Oh, we're gonna try the new spinner.
We're gonna try it. Let's see. Let's add it to the stage there.
Oh, that's crazy.
I think this is just a test, so I have to figure out what's going on here. Boom! It's spinning.
It loves me.
It still loves Sontia, no matter what. All right. I think you get
on the old one, and it also landed on her, so it really doesn't matter.
Because the universe wants to hear my vacation songs, man, that I just wrote today.
I don't think we're gonna have a lot of crossover.
I don't think so.
We still need to get our sounders. It had that sounder, but I think ours is better.
Yay! So yeah, vacation songs. So this was fun, and I had a whole week of stuff that I needed to do. So I had songs in mind that I was gonna put on the list. So I probably had like 3 or 4 songs that I knew were gonna go on the list. But then I still wanted to do a little research, and I put on a couple of vacation song lists while I was like at lunch and running around, and I hated them. So I just went and found my own. And so I have 14, and I had out of those 14, I just picked my 5 favorite. So the first one, I'll tell you a story. Once upon a time, I went on a vacation with my uncle, and he had one of those old 1980s vans that had the captain chairs.
Yeah.
And I have no idea where we went. I can't remember what we did. I don't remember where. I don't remember who really was with us except for our cousins. I don't remember anything really about that trip except for it was long as heck. I'm sorry. It was long as heck. And I remember that it was the first time that I ever heard Motown.
Yeah.
And it was the Motown 50th anniversary double tape set that my uncle put in. And the first song that played is the first song on my list. And it is ABC by the Jackson 5.
Oh, yeah.
And Motown, period, is vacation music. It keeps you up. It keeps you going. It is just such a unique sound. And it's that whole infrastructure is timeless right now. Unfortunately, it's just where it is right now. I don't think there's any new Motown coming out, anything like that. But ABC by Jackson 5 is a classic song. And the thing that really resonated, because I loved some Michael Jackson up until that point, but I didn't know that he sung when he was little. I had no idea. And I said, who is this?
Yeah.
And my uncle says, it's Michael Jackson. And I was like, That's not Michael Jackson. It sounds like Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Kevin
so
says he cranks up the music on the vacations. Definitely.
oh yeah.
We
yeah.
went on a few road trips.
I think what
Okay.
he's saying is a vacation's just when he turns up the music because he's always on vacation now. I think he's just rubbing
Yeah.
more. He's freaking that he's
Yeah.
retired.
His music
Yeah.
is always on all the time. Oh, and then he said he ran a desert when in Africa. All right, Kevin, you got to tell us about that. But first, let me go to my number 2.
But
Number 2 is going to be the one country song that's on here. And it is Florida and Georgia Line Cruise. And I just love that song. That's a fun song just to think about vacation, just to think about cruising down back roads. And it's just it hits me every time that it comes on. I'd have to sing, baby, you're a song. You make me want to roll my windows down and cruise.
I like that. I like that song, and I liked them until I seen the video and seen them, and then I was just kind of like, they're kind of goofy looking, and then they came out with a couple okay songs, and then they came out with some really bad songs, and then they broke up.
Kind of like dating apps.
Yeah.
It's like, I saw them in real life, and I was like, oh.
I've been catfished. I think that's what the cool kids call it. I don't know. I have never been on a dating app at all.
It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
I mean, some people find it. I'm sure that it really is like anything else that you do if you put in some effort. But I don't have that type of effort in me, apparently, because it's just like this is foolishness. I'll just go outside.
Yeah.
There's men out there.
I'll go talk to my plants. That's where I'm at.
I haven't talked to my plants in a long time.
Sing them a little song.
Yeah. Number 3. So for any type of vacation, I always want to be, I always think that I want to get through it safe. And I'm a praying person. I'm spiritually like all over the place. But one of the songs that I like to have, it's a song it's not by Marvin Sapp, but it's the one by Marvin Sapp. It's called In the Garden. It's a gospel song. And essentially what it is talking about is just having God walk with you and talk with you and he tells me I am his own. And it just is a reminder that you're not there by yourself. And I'd hate to get morbid. It sounds pretty morbid, but when you're going on vacation, you're still taking a risk with your life. If you're playing, if you're in a car, anything like that. So I always try to have a moment of gratefulness and just thankfulness that I'm able to get there, and then just hoping that I get back safe. Yeah. And it's just a beautiful song to listen to anyways. It's just totally inspiring, and it makes you not feel alone in a cosmic sense. So that's my number 3.
Good one. I want to hear it.
All right. Number 4 is a classic. And it was suggested when I was talking to some of my friends on my Facebook page. It was one of the ones that came up. But it is, I heard this the first time on like a cartoon or something like that. I didn't even know who Chuck Berry was. But it's Chuck Berry riding along.
Yeah.
In my automobile. And that's why I like it. Because as soon as you start with you riding along in my automobile, everybody knows what's happening next. Yeah. And you're going to jam. You're going to enjoy yourself. You're going to have a good time. Chuck Berry was a good time. Yeah. Like he was, I feel like, and I know you have your Elvis. I know you have Little Richard, who invented rock and roll, according to him. But Chuck Berry was killing it all the way up until he passed. There was not one moment where Chuck Berry was playing to where he was not absolutely killing it. And this song is one of those classic killing it songs.
Well, he's got the title of Godfather of rock and roll. I mean,
okay.
I mean, there is argument but I mean, he definitely coined the sound of what rock and roll was doing. It was Maybelline, I think.
Yeah.
Maybelline. That was like his debut album.
Hmm.
And yeah, so
And then he
yeah.
had the style too. He had a lot of he
The duck
embodied a lot
walk.
of the
Yeah.
movement and style. Yeah.
A
And
lot of stuff
like,
Elvis stole.
This thing says quite simply, without him, there would be no Beatles, no Rolling Stones, no Beach Boys, no Bob Dylan, a myriad of others.
Yeah.
So
okay. According to this, who is that?
the Wikipedia.
Oh, okay.
The internet
just-
never lies.
That's solid.
The sound and
They-
stuff. Change the sound of music, you know.
Yeah, yeah. He if I think, well, yeah, I guess he did. A lot. It was just kind of that era. There was a couple of
Yeah.
people that were changing the
Well-
sound of music from like the slow kind of
The big band, the
boppy-
jazz.
yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, he was one of the first that made the guitar the predominant instrument, you know, the overpowering instrument, because it was still
Yeah.
the big band with all the, you know, the horns and the strings and stuff. You know, guitar was just kind of like a backup instrument until
Mhm.
he brought it to the forefront and started duck walking with that son of a gun.
Till he killed it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, and then was that my number 4? Oh
Yep.
God, I'm through my
4,
list
yeah.
already, and it's only been 30 minutes. Number 5 was difficult for me because I have so many songs on here, but I decided to go ahead and go with a Sheryl Crow song, and it's "Soak Up the Sun."
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because it's chill, it's vacation, it's summer, I'm gonna soak up the sun and tell everybody to lighten up.
I love some Sheryl Crow back in the day. Some
Tell 'em.
90s Sheryl
I
Crow.
love Sheryl Crow back in today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's gotten weird. I seen her like
I'm
fighting
not
for
saying
straws
like
or something.
I'm just saying I like her music of old still today, I
Yeah.
guess is what
I
I
don't
mean.
know.
Yeah, that's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, you
don't
don't have to
fight
like
about
Sheryl
it.
Crow. No, nobody has to love Sheryl Crow.
Nobody has to hate her either. I mean, I'm not telling you have
I
to.
don't
I'm
hate
just-
her.
Yeah. She's free
Listen,
spirit.
I've
No
heard
longer-
her people are as hardcore as MC Hammers. I'm just saying, be careful.
Okay, I'm sorry, Sheryl Crow. Sorry.
All right, everybody, just
I didn't
soak
say
up
no-
the
no hate
sun
it.
and
No
lighten
hate.
up.
Good list, Sontia. Good list.
Good list.
There was the one song I don't think I've heard, so I'm excited to hear that one.
There you go.
That's the fun of all of this, is learning new songs. All right, let's get back to the spinner and see if we can do this again. I know there was a way we could have removed off of the spinner, but I didn't get to that in time. I don't think so. We're going to be... You said you got 14. You may have to go again, but no.
Woo!
Well,
Yeah, boy.
we've talked about this before. When I think of vacation, I think about the beach. The place I want to go to vacation is a beach. Basically, the island is, and I that's the type of music I pretty much listen to all the time. So, so most of mine are all that type of music. My number 5 is from The Movement. It's called "Take Me to the Ocean." It's a pretty cool song. Got a cool sound, and it makes you want to be at the ocean. So,
Oh, there you go. That's why you'd take them.
my number 4 is a Stick Figures song, and I was real torn last week between using them and Slightly Stupid. So they've really been on my playlist and on my mind because I was listening to a bunch of them. But this is a perfect one, and this song is called Paradise.
Yeah.
And it's a freaking awesome Stick Figures song, and just cool sound and a lot of sound, and again makes you want to go to an island, which is again when I vacation, other than Amsterdam, where I want to go, which is actually not even close. I mean, the opposite of an island, but
Yeah. Completely landlocked.
my number 3, this one was kind of torn, but I've wanted to use it, and the only place that I've besides like going to Kansas City or we've gone to Vegas, but I used to go to vacation a lot out in California. And this is from Common Kings and Shwayze. It's called California Day. And it's basically inviting people to come out there because just another California day out here on the West Coast. We got all these high, and just high hopes talking about, everything you do out there. It's like, well, sounds way better than what I'm doing in Kansas. I'd like to go out there and have a California day,
Hang out with Anthony Kiedis. California.
Old school Kiedis. Anthony Kiedis is kind of on the Sheryl Crow bandwagon. He's got a little out there.
I don't think I can kick it anymore.
You give me him in 97, 98, 99, 2000. We're hanging out, dog. I'm listening to some poetry. We're slamming. You give it to today. We're talking about Martians and just no. I think I'm gonna sit that one out. So
new Anthony Kiedis is definitely my Anthony Kiedis.
Okay, that's fine. I'd rather hang out with Flea. Now you give me Flea.
Yeah.
Old
Flea, new Flea.
You give me Flea, every Flea from I don't know what, from the time we met Flea till the time we lose Flea. Give me that Flea and I'm in.
Yeah, Flea definitely trumps. I agree.
Their drummer's pretty cool. I can't Chad something.
Yeah.
I like him.
He's the one that because he left and then came back. But yes.
Well, no, he's been with them, I think, the whole time. The guitarist is always
okay. Okay, I thought they're okay. Anyways, I'm not going to argue. I don't know. My number 2, I wasn't going to get out of this list without using a Bumpin' Uglies song, and they got a lot of vacation songs because, well, they're freaking reggae ska. I mean, it's pretty easy to come up with one, and this one's perfect. It's called Island Time. It's actually one of the first songs I think I ever listened to of theirs, and I had to go back and look and search all my lists and make sure I hadn't used it, and I hadn't used it. And it's one of the ones he makes fun of because it kind of makes him. It's like a poppy, not completely what they want to be known for, but it's really one of their biggest songs. And it's a super good song. So that's my number 2. And my number 1 is my all-time vacation song. We just lost one of their members since we've been on break. And man, I used to go to the Gambinos in Rose Hill, and I would play this song literally every time we went there off the jukebox. And I knew every single word front to back. And I want to take this exact vacation one day. For every island, every place he talks about, or they talk about on the Beach Boys, Kokomo, my number 1.
Oh yeah.
And if there's no song that makes you think about a vacation more than that song, then I would like to know what. And again, if your whole idea of vacation is going and climbing the mountains or going skiing, then maybe I'm completely wrong. But again, no song out there is meant to the island vacation life than that song.
Oh man, yeah. I had a Beach Boys song on
Montego,
here.
Come on, baby, what?
Well, I'm not against the beach, but I don't like it as much. I don't like sand everywhere. It's not my. I don't like sharks. I don't like anything in the ocean. And the ocean
like
is
whales?
Not really. I mean, I like pictures of whales.
Josh hates whales. Let me write that down.
The internet's gonna hate me. I'm Moby Dick over here. Moby Dick that was the whale. I'm Captain
Spaulding.
I don't know.
No, he's listening to the show tonight.
He probably spaced off. Major Tom. Yeah. He's Major Tom. All right, good list, Coach. Good list, Coach. Like I said, I don't have nothing against it. I would like to set on a beach. I know my next vacation, I'm going to do a lot more traveling because I got like 2,800 driving miles, all did by myself. No.
Oh Lord!
Kid. I can't wait till the kid's old enough to drive and be like, okay, I'm going to sleep. Your turn.
Yeah, we still have our vacation. And once again, and I had to move it to the end of July. We're going to Galveston, but my youngest wants to go to New Orleans again and for Mardi Gras and actually be at Mardi Gras because we got there and then we realized we could go to the Gulf Coast
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, let's go see, because nobody's seen ocean water ever, so we went there instead. But
Yeah.
I got a lot of driving that I'm going to be doing in the next 7 months.
Yeah. It's fun. Like I said, we had eight major cities, 7 states. Kid got like I think 6 new ones off of hers. Well, yes, like maybe 5 or 6. I got 2. Pennsylvania and New York, and a lot of good sandwich shops. That's part of my my vacation is stopping and getting sandwiches and trying to find cool places to eat a sandwich. And so there was a lot of fun.
Every time you say sandwiches, I'm really thinking about like, man, I wonder if they got a provolone. Like,
I found one of my golden gem sandwiches, ones that I always look for, one of my favorite flavors, and so that was really cool. And we roller coastered. We, like I said, see Niagara Falls. The falls are amazing, but the city, New York part of it, the Canadian side looked phenomenal. Of course, I didn't go. But the New York side was kind of like the Dodge City of New York, I would presume. It was really bad. You know, I mean, there's like one person trying to fix it all up, but the running down of everything was way more. A lot of Indian food up there. People from India. Very weird. I didn't understand that at all. Just like, okay. The kid thought we were going to get mugged. I go, that's New York. New York, that's notorious for getting mugged. I mean, we've seen, like I said, a lot of Indian people and a lot of Amish people. I think we were pretty safe. I don't think none of them were going to be mugging us.
You could be,
Yeah.
Buffalo sucked driving through it. Didn't like it. Lexington could live without that, or Louisville. I mean, neither one of them really. Yeah.
You didn't stop at the Baseball Hall of Fame?
No, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
No, I know.
And that was pretty cool. A little overpriced, and next that was my 3rd, maybe 4th time, I don't know, going, so I'm over it. But the kid enjoyed it. Both of our favorite was the Eddie Van Halen guitar. I don't know if it was his original Frankenstein, but yeah, I would love a train trip. I would definitely do a train trip.
I want to get on a train so bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't fly.
I realized that it just like there's just one. You can only go like one way there and one way back.
Yeah.
I was like, you can't go this way, and they're like,
yeah,
no,
just
you
make
gotta
sure
go
you look
that
out.
way.
Just make sure you look out one side on the way there, and then on the way back, you can look out the other side, and then it's a whole new trip. That's what I told the kid on some of the roads that we did not come back the same way. We did a lot. We stopped at Uranus Fudge Factory. That was a lot of fun. Always a fun place to get some giggles, and I never want to grow up enough not to laugh at Uranus Fudge Factory. We didn't buy fudge because we're not fudge eaters, but we bought Laffy Taffy because their Taffy is really good. They got some weird flavors. Bacon. I got a bacon one. Yeah, and a cotton candy one, of course, because cotton candy is my jam.
Bacon sounds terrible.
It was not the greatest, but it was bacon and maple, so it tasted. I mean, the bacon was like a weird mixture. It tasted like syrup. Yeah, let me get my sounder here. If I can find it. Bang.
Yay!
So, like I said, this list was kind of spawned from all the places we went. My number 5, like I said, the big cities. It's always hit or miss if you're going to hit rush hour. Like I said, I tried to time it to where I was, counting in my head, okay, we're going to hit this city at this time, this city at this time. This is either going to suck or this will be cool. And, it didn't deter me. I still stuck with the plan, and it sucked. And I think out of those 7 or 8 major cities, at least 4 of them, we got stuck in downtown, just gridlock. Took 20 minutes to get through, moving, a mile a minute. And yeah, it sucked. So Bad Habits by The Offspring.
Ooh.
This song came on a few times because I was like, okay, go back to that one. And I've always loved this song, and I think this is my favorite album from them. And not to put anything the other albums, but this one was the first one. This was 1994, and we're gonna find out that 1994 was a good vacation year for music for me because there's 3 songs from 1994. But my number 4 is not from 1994. It's from 1975.
Ooh.
It's from the Ohio Players because I was in Ohio, and it's
Mhm.
Rollercoaster of Love because we rode a whole lot of roller coasters, and this kid is not afraid of anything. And I used to not be afraid of anything, but now I'm worried about dying or killing her. So I did not have very much fun.
Oh, goodness.
And I swear these rides are 1,000 times faster than they were 20 years ago when I rode them.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, they don't have to make these things go so fast. Slow
Yeah.
it down.
Yeah.
We
I
had fun
can't do
though.
roller coasters.
I mean, there were a lot of good rides that didn't scare the shit out of me. She wanted to do the one we took 300 feet up and they just drop you. And I'm like, oh my God, what have you got me into? What have you got me in? And of course, they leave you up there for a minute. You know, they leave you up there in suspense. So you don't know when you're going to drop. And I'm just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm not trying not to out loud freak out. She
Oh,
would have thought
wow.
it was funny because she was cool. I mean, but I think she was a little petrified on all of it. But we did them all.
Oh
We got
man.
through all the crazy rides except for the ones that we said from the beginning we weren't going to do. I didn't want to do loop-dees. It's like, I don't want to do loop-dees. And she said she didn't want it either. And then she changed her mind. She's like, Dad, let's do it. I'm like, no. I think we accidentally got on some loopies and we didn't know it. But
Mhm.
Kings Island, if you ever get up that way, like I said, it's a little pricey. Everything's gotten pricey. So, but if you, it is stupid insane. They're fast if you're into that stuff.
Mhm.
Because I wanted to crap myself, and I think it would have probably went a little different if she wasn't with me or if I didn't have a kid and if I wasn't worried, if no one was relying on me to be alive, I think I would have enjoyed it.
Mhm.
But I don't know. But my number 3, Waterfalls, TLC, because we went to a
Yeah.
really big waterfall. Like I said, Niagara Falls, it was insane. Just you feel so tiny that water just flowing over there in that big ass lake, Lake
Mhm.
Erie. Just like, oh my God, we've been driving 3 hours and this is still the lake. Okay, I mean, imagine, getting around it. I don't even know how, but we went over a small section,
Mhm.
or the circumference, and it was 3 hours, and
Wow.
it looped back around, and then we were like 20 minutes away from Lake Ontario, but we were over New York and we got the hell out of there. But
Oof.
TLC Waterfalls, 1994, Craxysexycool album. That was the second 94. The third 94, right here in my number 2, Crash and Burn by Blues Traveler. This
Mhm.
one reminded me of Dad. Dad was the one who got me into Blues Traveler. And the first half of the trip, the first 3 days of the trip, was hanging out in Ohio, Chillicothe, Ohio. That's where my dad grew up. And I haven't seen them. They came down 9 years ago when Dad passed. And then some of them I haven't seen even longer. But come to find out, some of my aunt and my cousin hadn't talked to each other in forever, 5-6 years. Who knows? They couldn't tell you. They couldn't even tell you why. And so my aunt was taking me over to my cousin's house, and she's like, "Well, if we're not welcome here, we'll just drop you off." I'm like, "No. It's a package deal. That's how it is." And what I remember as a kid, when Dad would roll into town, I mean, everybody just flocked and just all the grown-ups yapped. But as a kid, we all had our cousins, and so we got to go do the dumb stuff with our cousins and have fun.
Mhm.
Joe didn't have that, so she had to sit and listen to us old people yap. And so I felt a little bad for that. The first 3 days weren't her favorite, but we got to go old cave, and that was pretty cool.
Mhm. Yeah, I saw those pictures.
Yeah, that was a fun experience too. We left just when it started, right before it started raining, and it was pouring. And we were 100 feet down in this gorge, and it was tough getting up when it was just moist from the rain the day before. Fresh rain, they would have had to helicopter us both out of there. We were like,
Oh Lord.
we're done. My number 1, I was worried Coach was going to take when he said the island songs, because This is an island song, and it had to be number one because Toes, Zach Brown Band. I really enjoy him. You're not a fan?
He said
I
no.
was gonna take a Zach Brown Band song. Come on, man.
That face was
nothing wrong
classic.
with it. No, nothing wrong with it. It's a fine song. Just you will never have to worry that I will ever take a Zach Brown song from you.
I didn't like him at first, but I like him now. You know,
okay.
I seen him live. I got drugged to a concert before I was a real fan,
Mhm.
and I seen him live, and that's what sold it for me. He's a talented dude, you know. So I just kind of put it back as, you know, he's just another, you know. Oh, what are they just put on the marketing ploy? I can't think of the words. I can't word right now, but I thought he wasn't really real, and he seemed pretty real with his playing and everything and what he said. So he sold me.
All right. I had Knee Deep by the Zach Brown Band, but then I got Florida and Georgia Line actually replaced him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Knee Deep's a good one. I like that one. But Toes is a good song. I like that.
When you search country song or vacation songs, there were a lot of Kenny Chesney, and it was country loaded.
Yeah.
And then like mine, if I searched it on Spotify, like actual trying to look for a vacation playlist, all it kept going was like to my song. So it would just be all, I mean, which also does kind of make sense because it knows I'm an island boy.
Yeah.
You know, one of the cool ones before the Island Boys took that and made Island Boys not cool anymore. I'm an island man.
That was weird.
I'm an island bear.
Let's
I'm an island Bigfoot.
I'm gonna start a group and we're gonna be the Island Men.
The Island Men. All right, we haven't thought far enough ahead. I haven't certainly thought far enough ahead for next week. I was just barely trying to get through this week.
I think a year spinner would be... Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was surprised nobody got Vacation by Dirty Heads.
I've used it before on a list is the only reason I didn't. It is on my honorable mentions.
Okay.
So I had that on there. I had a couple. I had to go back and make sure, but I had used it, so I didn't want to use it. And then I had Hotel California, Eagles, Life is a Highway, Tom Cochran, but I'd used it before.
Yeah.
And then I did have Crowbar Hotel, Dirty Heads is another one. And then another Dirty Heads. That's all I need. They're another one of those that a lot of theirs are, you know, but I've used Cabin by the Sea already, which is probably would be my ultimate vacation song. You'll find me in a cabin by this, you know, and I know you don't like it. I don't care. I mean, that's where that look. I should just say that look for Zach Brown. That's fine, Josh. You know,
that look. I think that was the Island Boys.
And then there's Willie Nelson, On the Road Again, of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's a bunch. That's what's hard. We had done that road trip song, and then I used actually I think Cabin by the Sea for our Elements playlist because that was my water.
Yeah.
I could use a bunch of other, but I was trying to get a Dirty Heads in at that time.
Yeah.
So this was cool. I had fun.
Yeah, it was cool.
I always have fun.
Exactly. We'll figure out something fun for next year or next week. Not next year.
I think we're about due for a year spinner.
Yeah, year spinner. You got it handy?
I don't. I'll get it ready and we'll just post something. We'll come up with years and then post something. I mean, I can get it.
All right. Well, good show, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We will come back definitely with something cool next week, at least semi-cool. Maybe not. We think it's cool.
It's going to be cool.
I might forward face the camera if my spider bite's gotten better. If my face is eaten off by then I'll have I'll start wearing one of the freaking Fan of the Opera masks.
Yeah, there you go.
The hills are alive with the Phantom Opera.
Tune in next week to find out. Have a good night.
Bye, everybody.